Hi everyone, welcome to Animation Prompt Day 2. If you did not watch, in Day 1 we were actually drawing a bouncing ball. It was bouncing in place, so it was bouncing from the top and going down this way and then going back. In Animation Prompt Day 2, we're going to be drawing a ball that is going to be going across the screen like this. And so we're going to start right away without wasting any time. What I usually do first, I'm going to draw my floor plane. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out my ruler, slot it down to the last cell of my reference of my guide here, and then I'll draw a line. I didn't mean to draw the second line. So I'll draw a line right across the floor, and I'll take back my guide, and I'll bring out the bucket here, the paint bucket, and I'm going to fill this part of the floor plane. So just I have a floor where my ball bounces off of it. It's not that important, but I usually want to draw it. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and create a layer 2, which is going to be the guide. I'm going to call it the guide. And in this layer, I'm going to draw the trajectory of how I want the ball to bounce from one side of the screen to the other side. So this is going to be easy. I'm still going to go around. I'm going to bring my pencil, and I want my ball to start all the way from up here, and I want it to go like this, and then like this, and then like this. That second one is a little long, so I'm going to go do it again. So I want my ball to go across like this, and then come over like this, and then that last one is tricky. It's tricking me. Yeah, that's what I want to happen. And I'm going to go ahead and put the opacity for that one down, because it's not that important at this point. So on about 24%. And I'm adding another one, which I'm calling the ball. So this is going to be the ball layer, update. And I'm going to go ahead and start drawing my ball right now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out my circle, make it as small as possible, because I want my ball to really be small at this point. So I'm going to go and select it, make it that big. That should really be enough. And bring it all the way to the beginning. I want it actually to be the same exact as the cell on my guide, so that's actually good right there. So I'm going to bring it over here to the beginning, and I'm drawing a ball, and that's it. And now we're going to start copying and pasting in order for us to be able to finish our drawing. So what's going to happen, I have only one frame in here. I'm going to go ahead and add another frame, but I'm copying that same frame and I'm adding it forward, and it's still the same exact frame. But I want my ball to start from outside this frame, outside the first frame. So I'm going to go back to the first frame, and I'm going to paste it back. So I have the three exactly the same frame. I'm going to go on the first one. I'm using the selection tool at this point. Select the ball and move it out of the frame. I want it to start out of the frame. And now, if I play what I have, you can see it's coming into the frame. And I'm going to go on the third frame, select the ball, and move it around here in the trajectory. You can see I'm following the trajectory map at this point. And I'm going to add another frame, select the ball. So at this point, all you're doing is just selecting the ball and moving it. But you already have all the assets that you need to create this animation. And paste forward again, select the ball, move it. The onion skin is helping to show us where the ball was before and where we want it to go. And now we're going to add another one. Select the ball, move it all the way down here. But at this point, we're going to add squash. So I'm going to squash it like so. So if I play what I have, you can see it's adding some effect to it. I actually can go back to this one and squash it a little bit as well. Oops. Squash it a little bit as well. And rotate it a little bit. And if I play what I have, you can see it's starting to look natural. So that's good. And I'm gonna go add another one here for the ball that is gonna be hitting the ground. And now this one is gonna squash and stretch in the opposite direction, like so. I think that squashes, yeah, let me exaggerate it a little bit. You can see it's boom, 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 boom. And now we're heading over to the next trajectory, which is going to be this one. Oh, sorry. We're heading over to the next trajectory that is going to be this one right here. And we're still going to use the same ball. So I'm going to go ahead and paste it over and select, oops, I need the selection tool, not the pen. Selection tool selected, bring it over here. And now we're going to squash and stretch it and rotate a little bit into our trajectory. About there. So if I play what I have, boom and boom and boom and boom, it's starting to go up. And that looks good. I'm gonna decrease it a little bit. Yeah, just to stay on point. Add another one. It's pretty much copying and pasting at this point. And I'm gonna bring it over here. Squash it a little bit and stretch it a little bit and rotate it. Rotate all the way right there. And I'm adding the one that is gonna be almost on top of this trajectory. Let me play what I have. Yeah, that's perfect. Let me create another one. So paste over, select it, bring it all the way here. On top of the trajectory. Paste another one. Now it's starting to go downhill. Now it's starting to go downhill. Paste another one, bring it down here. And this is the one that is gonna stretch. Not too much like the first one. This is gonna be a little bit of a stretch here because it's not bouncing from as high as the first one was. So this is gonna be a little bit like this. And the one that is gonna hit the ground is coming next. I have 13 frames so far. Even this one is not gonna stretch as the first one did, as much as the first one did, because you want it to look a little bit realistic from where it's falling from. So that one is gonna hit right there. Let me play what I have so far. Boom, 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 boom. And now the next one is not gonna stretch even that much at all because it's coming from a very simple fall. So a little bit of exaggeration, but not too much. Right there. And it should be closer. because it's, yeah, as I said, the fall is not too big. And I'm adding another one, and this one is not gonna stretch at all. So let me play what I have so far and we see if the timing is right. So that looks good. And I'm gonna add a few to go off the frame. So select that one, bring it over here. And add another one. Bring it over. And add one that is actually gonna be getting off the frame. Add one more that is gonna be going off the frame into the unknown that way. So if I play what I have, you can see we're all set. And let me change the frames per second to about 10 or 9, and let's see what we have. That's it. That's our ball. It's pretty satisfying. So what's gonna happen, as I said yesterday, I don't like coloring in my balls before the end. I want to color them in. I want to animate them when they are kind of wireframe like this, and then afterwards I can, you know, color them in. So I'm gonna go to my last one, which is 18, and I'm gonna choose the paint bucket. It's still on black, which is what I want to color in here, and I'm gonna go color it in. Actually, that's not black. That's a little bit of the color on the floor plane that I have over there going on. So I'm gonna go over and put it all the way onto the dark color. And the next frame over. Yeah, I'm filling it in all the way. Oh, you know what? I actually liked those jittering, the little bit of pixels that stay in there. I actually liked the effect they gave me yesterday, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna color it in all the way with a high intensity. I'm gonna use that intensity there so you can have that little bit of pixelation going on. It gave me a very good effect yesterday when I was animating the ball that was going from the top to the bottom. If you did not watch that video, I'm gonna leave it pending on this video so you can watch it. And it's animation prompts. We're gonna have an animation prompt every day, but we're gonna be doing something different. Some of these exercises are going to be easy. They're going to take us only a few hours to animate, but others, as we go on, this is beginner level, it's going to be getting tougher and tougher. We may need a couple of days of drawing before we even start to animate. And tomorrow we will be back again with a different animation prompt. But for now, I have this all set. It's a ball free falling from one side of the screen to the other side of the screen. And this is day 2 of animation prompt. So what's gonna happen, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the guide layer. And I'm gonna go on my ball layer and I'm gonna add my glow effect. This is the new effect that FlipaClip has that I love adding on my everything. That I love adding in my work on everything. Look, it changes a little bit of how your work looks. For example, if we took it off, if we went to the ball layer and took off the animation, the glow effect, you could see it's just the ball, right? It's just the ball. But if I add it on, it gives it this little bit of a cool effect that I like. I'm gonna make it size a little bit bigger, exaggerate it a little bit, opacity, knock that opacity down a little bit, just a soft little effect to make it, a lot more palatable. And that way I don't actually have to draw a shadow, because when it hits the ground, like right here, you can see it creates kind of a shadow. It creates kind of a shadow. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, it creates kind of a shadow right there, but it's lit, which is really nice. So I add that almost to my animation ever since FlipaClip introduced it, and I really do love it. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. That was Animation Prompt Day 2, and we'll be back again tomorrow with Animation Prompt Day 3. And I'm not going to say what we're going to be animating tomorrow. Just watch out for it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye for now.